Anhyosoph. Standing out with impressive height, visuals, and natural acting skills, Anhyosoph is now among the most potential faces of the South Korean film industry. However, not many people know that he used to suffer a lot from two huge failures in the music field, with one disbandment and one missed chance to debut with the famous boy group of JYP, GOT7. Things all started out when he was still a high school boy in Canada, and suddenly one day, a staff member from JYP just called him and offered a ticket to debut with their upcoming rookie, GOT7. As recalled by Hyunsung when appearing on Happy Together 3, he had never auditioned for the company, but somehow, they still got his number and managed to convince him to go to South Korea. At first, he really believed his spot in GOT7 was secured for the promise that day, but eventually, everything took a 180-degree turn, and he lost the ticket to debut for one silly reason. His height was too outstanding. Hyunsung then tried his luck with music again by joining Star House Entertainment and debuting under 101. Unfortunately, the group also went on hiatus after a short period active, and ended up disbanding in January 2019. Of the four members, Hyunsung is the most successful one after disbanding, and his glory now was built by lots of hard work. In 2015, he debuted in a supporting role in the drama Splash Splash Love, and just after 1 year, he took on 3 more projects. Though he was yet to be the main character, they were a strong cornerstone for him to take on the main role in Queen of the Ring in 2017, and even received the Noble Title Rookie Award at AAA in the same year. From then on, Hyunsung kept leveling up the game, with 2 more successful roles in 30 But 17, Abyss, Dr. Romantic 2, and most recently, Lovers of the Red Sky. From 2018 till now, he has also bagged many more prestigious titles, including Choice Award at 2018 AAA, Best Actor Award and Popularity Award Actor at 2019 AAA, and the Excellence Award, along with Actor in a Miniseries Action Drama at 2020 SBS Drama Awards. Formerly Beast's Hyunsung. Before Hyunsung debuted under Cube Entertainment as a member of Beast, did you know that he used to be in the preliminary lineup of Big Bang, and only lost the ticket to be with the legendary boy group of YG at the last minute? Back in 2012, when Hyunsung appeared on one episode of Win Win, he opened up about his past training time, and said he used to spend a long time in practice rooms with all Big Bang's members for years. Unfortunately, when Hyunsung joined the show Big Bang Documentary, he was eliminated on the 9th episode and lost the debut ticket to Seungri. As recalled by Hyunsung, he said the reason only came down to Yeon Hyun-suk's disappointment in his facial expressions. And just like that, he left the company to transfer to Cube Entertainment. That probably also pushed him more at Cube, and as hard work paid off, he eventually debuted with Beast in 2009. After many bops like Shock, Fiction, and On Rainy Days, the group quickly rose to the brightest stardom, and had their names on the A-rank stars of the industry. Hyunsung also had another chance to debut in a subunit group with Gi Kwang just after 1 year of debut. Here, him and his member composed an R&B track for the Beast's album, My Story, and fast forward another year, he debuted again in Troublemaker with Hyuna. As a multi-talented idol, Hyunsung also set his foot into the acting field, with a debut role in the musical Mozart, where he performed as the main character. And 2 years after that, he also appeared as the lead character in the musical Bonnie and Clyde, along with other famous names like Chinese Key and Park Hyung-sik. Then in 2015, Hyunsung debuted as a solo artist and released the solo extended play My, and teamed up with other famous names in the hip-hop area, like Girly Boy and Doc 2. So, though he lost his chance to be a part of Big Bang, his career was still going strong. And in 2016, he even won the title Top Male Artist Korea at the 4th V-Chart Awards. Somi. If you've been following Somi since the 16 era, you will probably know how she was almost a member of Twice. And as rumors had recently, she was also almost there with other members of ITZY, but eventually didn't make it. As found out by netizens, Somi had been spotted with Yechi, Ruchin, Leah, and Chaeyoung multiple times in the past. And not long prior to ITZY's debut, a lineup photo she took with other members was also leaked. While Somi explained the departure came down to the negotiable differences in music concept, despite countless discussions, some netizens believe the real cause could have been way more complicated. Despite not being a member of either ITZY or Twice, Somi still has a bright career. And after 3 comebacks, people have started to pay her the recognition she deserved for her impressive talents. Debuting with Birthday in 2019, Somi managed to prove herself as a capable solo artist. And just 1 year after that, Despite the lack of activities on variety as well as reality shows, she still had the first win for What You Waiting For in 2020. Then, for the latest comeback Dum Dum, Somi made more achievements with over 10 million views in just one day. And 2 weeks after release, the MV reached 50 million views. Not only that, this promotion also marked a newer and more powerful image of Somi. Because after Dum Dum was released, it immediately entered number 2 on Bugs, got in top 10 on iTunes' worldwide songs chart in over 9 countries and regions, and Somi herself also trended on Twitter in number 1 on Melon's real-time search. The music video also trended at number 1 on YouTube Music Video worldwide. And on that day, her MV also got the title of number 1 most watched K-pop music video in the last 24 hours. Her Dum Dum challenge on TikTok also exceeded 100 million views just after around 2 weeks of release. Throughout the short span of 3 years active at the new company, Somi got nominated for 11 awards, 2 of which were the CF Model at 2017 Korea First Brand Awards, and Best Female Solo at 2020 MooBeat Awards that she ended up bagging home. Just like that, Somi proved in style that you don't have to be in Big 3 to be successful. 17's S-Coups. While S-Coups is now super famous for being the leader of 17, did you know that he was almost there with other members of New East and another group called Tempest? Back in 2011, there was a group of 10 male trainees called Pledis Boys, including S-Coups as well as all recent members of New East. After that, the group was split in half, with one being New East, and another 5, including S-Coups, for the Tempest project. While both acts were set to debut in 2012, Tempest went through a lineup change, and Pledis had planned to add S-Coups to New East. Somehow, the plan fell through, and since New East's reputation also grew super fast with the bop Face, the debut chance of S-Coups slipped through at the last minute. After returning to being a trainee, he eventually debuted again with 17 in 2015, and quickly thrived as the leader of a group with so much power that could even save Pledis from their sinking business. Basically, what 17 did to their agency was just as magical as what BTS did to HYBE. And in South Korea, they were the 3rd most famous boy group just after BTS and NCT. S-Coups has also been an amazing leader that contributed a lot to 17's successes. And throughout the group's career, they have received 3 Rookie Awards in their debut year, and have since earned 6 Bonsangs, which are main prizes, and 1 Daesang, or Grand Prize. In 2020, 17 was awarded the Prime Minister's Commendation from the Prime Minister of South Korea for their contribution to the development of South Korea's contemporary pop culture and arts. And recently, they also became one of the nominees of the Billboard Music Awards 2021. Winners Minho. On one episode in We Will Channel You in 2019, Minho shared a story that has never been known before. He was once the 5th and also the final member of Block B. However, due to issues related to the contract, he ended up being with another group called Bomb under a newly established agency. However, in 2013, Bomb disbanded. As a talented and determined person at his core, Minho tried again and got a debut ticket with Winner in 2014. Since then, he's been famous as an all-rounded idol. And in 2018, he debuted as a solo artist and reaped countless achievements in the music field. Over the past 4 years, he has been nominated for 17 awards and won 7 of them. In 2015, he was also the runner-up of Show Me the Money 4, and later became one of the producers of this show in 2021. He's also active in the fashion field, with a successful collaboration with Gentle Monster Burning Planet, teamed up with Vogue Korea for the I Am Real Minho spread in the December 2018 issue as a guest editor. And in 2018, he even debuted as a painter at SEEA 2018 exhibition. So, do you think the fate of these famous idols couldn't have been that good had they debuted in the original group? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting content. Thank you for watching.